contract system in Quasimorph has many layers that are not immediately obvious. These procedural missions are the primary way your actions will influence the solar system. If you're confused by how it works or just want to better understand what is going on, you're in the right place. Many new players aren't sure how to choose contracts and want to know who is the best to work for. Best is subjective and depends on the short and long-term goals for your save. Quasimorph has multiple mutually exclusive storylines and is designed to be replayable. Want to experience the Civil Resistance or Tetslon stories?
Do it!
Want to help the Cowboys take over the solar system?
Well, these are practically free. Giddy up. You're a cowboy now.
Pirates? Fuck it. Exarch Synth? Nothing is stopping you. However, be aware that the Hexarchs will not generate missions against each other outside of story quests. For short-term goals, Tech 1 is the easiest time to farm the exact chips you want for mission rewards. As long as the reward is high enough, you are guaranteed a chip by successfully completing a contract. Look at the faction tech trees to see what each offers. You can start unlocking new operators, classes, and crafting recipes right away. All Tech 1 chip rewards are displayed here. Note that Sunlight Coven offers both operator and class chips if you'd rather RNGesus decide. Regarding the displayed reward number, as an illegal organization, PMC Magnum does not receive direct monetary compensation. The reward value is mostly paid out through the items shown on the post-mission screen. Any remaining reward will be converted into credit with that faction and that faction only. This means low reward contracts can be fulfilled entirely by items with no credit given. High reward generally means more credit. This credit can then be spent at their stations to purchase items produced there and items from their tech list. Be aware, if you complete missions against a faction with accumulated credit and your reputation goes below 0, there will be a trade break and all credit will be forfeit. Another consideration when selecting contracts is location. Underneath the mission name is the designation of the facility type. For example, Ancom owns the laboratory at Franciva 7. Scroll to the bottom of the briefing for location-specific lore. Each station has a tile set associated with it that determines which containers and fabricators can be present. Shown here are the props found on the laboratory tile set. Other types of facilities include mines, farms, prisons, civilian and military installations, each with their own configurations. With this knowledge, you can maximize the chance of finding upgrade materials you need for the Magnum by taking contracts at relevant locations. And if you still can't find what you need for your upgrades, check the Commodities Market tab to see where goods are produced and who currently owns the station. The available contract tooltip displays a lot of information that can be difficult to parse until you understand it. Contracts are created by the attacker, also known as beneficiary. This also creates a counter contract for the station owner, also known as victim. Clicking the Change Side button in the top right corner of the briefing screen will switch the contract type. Here are the procedural mission types and their counterparts. Working for the station owner adds friendly NPCs who will fight the aggressors and provide more loot from their corpses should they fall in battle. A PMC needn't worry about friendly fire. If they get in the way, well, that's just business. Some contracts have hidden modifiers and can be especially profitable. Like Infiltration, whose targets have a +1 tech modifier to their loadouts, and Elimination, with the VIP and their bodyguards being potential loot pinatas. Note that this entire time we haven't mentioned difficulty. The interface presents difficulty in the form of red skulls, from 1 to 5. This is a trap.
It's a trap!
Actual difficulty can be thought of as a combination of factors: the faction you're fighting, their tech level, the power concentration of the mission, and finally the presence or absence of quasimorphosis. The only thing here impacted by skulls is power concentration, and the displayed number already factors in the skull modifier. Trust me, do not look to skulls as a measure of difficulty. Not all factions are created equal. Fighting Daydream with no poison resistance will feel much more punishing than being kitted out in full Legend or Shenli armor. As time advances, factions will tech up, fielding more elite units with new weapons and new damage types. Remember, a one-skull, easy mission doesn't mean a high-tech opponent won't be geared or you can't be harmed.
God damn it. One step too far.
Now we get to power concentration. This is the budget used to create squads on each floor of a raid. Looking at our example here, doing the espionage for Sunlight means that the ANCOM enemies will have about 950 points per floor. And doing the infiltration for ANCOM means that the Sunlight enemies will have just over 1,000 points per floor. This means that the enemies per floor are actually pretty similar despite a nearly 1,500 power concentration difference. In a vacuum, the infiltration will yield much more loot due to the station dwellers, infiltration targets, and extra floor. However, if you have no beam resist armor or anti-rad meds, you may be heavily punished for fighting Sunlight.
Here we go.
Regarding Quasimorph, in general consider this to be an increase in difficulty on higher power missions unless you have ways to keep it under control.
No teleport.
Quasis can get quite tanky and easily overwhelm you until their weaknesses are discovered.
Easy. 070's nuts. Are you cooked? Looks like he's the one who's cooked. Oh!
Conversely, Absentia missions versus high-tech factions could be considered harder than missions with Quasimorph, as you will not get any interdimensional assistance versus their special forces.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty effective.
Ultimately, difficulty is relative to your knowledge, preparedness, and execution. It's easy to blame bullshit RNG, but that's not why you died. Unless it was a misclick, then you know exactly who to blame.
Holy shit.